God is calling you, but we don't understand the calling. We are trapped. This is a system that trapped us from not hearing the words of God. And it's a simple understanding to why that is happening. Simple identity. Bottom line, we don't have our own identity. Our identity was given to us. We don't know who we are in amongst of this society. That's one step we can take towards of hearing this calling. Find out who the hell you are. Right. You are not a black American. Right. You're not African American. Right. Do your research. This is Google. Research Scipios Africanus. Research Amerigo Vespucci. Right. Everybody got a smartphone, but yet it's dumb as hell. Why? You know? Let's analyze that. Everyone has a smartphone in their pockets, but yet we walking around here looking dumb. Right. We are not independent. Why we celebrate Independence Day? Google research. The first president of this country built his empire off of your back, the slave back. The third president married after 1776, probably was 1856 something, married with another slave owner, increased his wealth by the slave's back. Thomas Jefferson. That independence thing is for those nations. That's right. But you don't know your nation. So you're going to partake in that foolery. But right now, in the awakening we're going through right now, all you got to do, instead of going to World Star on your phone, instead of going to YouTube, TikTok, go to Google, go to Wikipedia. Some of you despise this Bible, okay, but what we've done is we've proved everything in this Bible is true through what? Events in history that is recorded on Google and Wikipedia. Right? That's all we did. That's all we did. The Bible is the forefront of our lives, and we research what we read in the Bible. The prophecies, did they actually occur? Did these prophecies actually occur amongst the black men? Did God say we were going to be slaves? Yes, it's recorded in their history. That's right. Did God say we were going to kill our children in this slavery? Yes, it's recorded in the Bible. Right. So why are we falling apart? Simple. We don't know our nationality. You know, Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3. Read. The ox knoweth his owner. Read. And the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know. Israel do not know his place. A dumb animal as a cow. You feed it, you bring it to the barn, he strays, he goes right back to that barn because he knows that's where his master is, that's where he eats. But the children of Israel don't know that. Why? Because they don't even know they are the children of Israel. Right. Give me Isaiah 44:5, right? That's what I want. Surname themselves? Yes. Right? We're going to show you out the Bible that your surname, meaning your signature, your last name, was supposed to be according to your nation, according to your people. That's how we identify different nations. When we hear Chung Lee, we already know what nation Chung Lee come from. Bring it out. Even if Chung Lee is black as hell, we know Chung Lee father is an Asian man. We know your surname, your last name identifies your lineage. But our people are lost because they don't know their lineage. Read.
Isaiah chapter 44 verse 5.
Read.
One shall say, I am the Lord's.
Meaning your last name. This was the instruction that God gave the children of Israel.
Right.
Make sure your last name is what?
And surname himself by the name of Israel.
By the name of what?
By the name of Israel.
How many of you have your last name as Israel?
Right. You know,
God's nation is supposed to be surnamed Israel. You have our people now that carry the last name of a nation that's destroying you.
Right, let them
That's
know.
why they laugh at us. They know we could never be a nation of our own because we still carry their last names.
Right.
You know? God told us we're supposed to surname ourselves after the children of Israel.
Right.
The children of Ishmael, which is the forefather of the Arabs, we have our people that surname themselves after Arabs.
Right.
You know?
Right.
A lot of our people in Philadelphia surnamed themselves after the Arabian nation.
Right. Let them know.
The Arabian nation was not the chosen lineage of God.
That's right.
Abraham had two sons. First one, Ishmael. His second son was Isaac.
Right.
All we gotta do is Google that. You so afraid of the Bible, don't go in the Bible. Google the etymology of Ishmael and Isaac. Surely you will find something that changed the way we see each other. We carry other nations' identity. Right. So, to give you an example of what I'm saying, simply Google the word surname. Look up the word surname. And let's see what the scholars, let's see the white man that we listen to, we don't listen to our own people.
Right.
Let's see what they say surname means. Read.
Surname, a hereditary name common to all members of a family.
Or what?
A hereditary name.
Meaning it's an inheritance. Your last name should be inherited from your forefather,
That's right.
from their fathers.
Right.
Read.
Common to all members of a family.
Common to all members of a family. So now we got to research. Your name is Hubbard. Your name is Johnson. Your last name is Walker. Where does that come from?
Bring it out.
Does those names align with your inheritance, with your lineage, with your family? But it's not. It has direct connection with your oppressor. Read that again.
A hereditary name common to all members of a family. As distinct from giving a name, as distinct from a given name.
Distinct from a given name. We are given our names.
That's right.
It's not inherited from our lineage. That's one simple thing to get our mind thinking different.
Right.
That's one simple thing we could do. Google your last name.
Bring it out.
Where does that last name come from?
Bring it out.
And don't go to Ancestry.com because that's there to fool you.
Right.
They will trace the black man to a white man. It didn't work like that. History proves it didn't work like that. Today, we see it doesn't work like that. You think a group of black men could go rush Capitol Hill and not all of them to die? You think that's possible? When a black man in Tulsa, Oklahoma was building a nation, banks, schools, hospitals, had doctors, teachers.
Right.
All they had to do was accuse one little black man of rape and they bombed our community. So you really think that's how your last name came about?
Teacher!
Your last name is supposed to be after the people who destroyed everything that you try to build? Not to mention now it's being revealed that every black community that thrives in the 1700s, they flooded them underwater today. They became national parks today. How opinion is that when they flood your cities that commemorates the hard work we could do together? But yet you carrying that man's last name. That man that's erasing your identity from the face of this earth. How he erase our identity? By making you believe this book is a lie.
Bring it out.
Your last name is in this book. But we don't look at this book. We carry the white man's last name. We carry the Arabian's last name. Because obviously, surely, my brothers are educated out here. You have to read about the sub-Saharan slave trade. You have to read about the transatlantic slave trade. Read that. Through slavery is where you lost your identity. I'm going to say it again. Through slavery, we lost our identity. And then we begin to call ourselves by our oppressors, by our slave masters. Yes, the Arab had the children of Israel in captivity.
That's right, let them know.
Just like Esau, the white man, had us in captivity. Because I know if you've seen, what's the movie with Kunta? Roots. I know you brothers and sisters have seen Roots. And if you haven't seen Roots, you need to go look at it. Stop living under a rock. Go look at the movie Amistad.
Bring it out.
Stop living under a rock. Know your history. It's out there, but we're just not interested. In Roots, Kunta Kinte was beaten until he accepted the white man's name. His name was Kunta Kinte. And he was beaten until he accepted that his name was Toby. He was beaten. His identity was beaten out of him. That's our history. They beat your identity out of you, and then you accept the white man's name. So what is the effects of that? If you accept his name, you're going to accept his traditions. That's what's happening right now. We accept the white man's name, we accept his independence, and we are not free ourselves. We are not free. We out here battling, killing each other only because we don't want to read. When we was in captivity, they didn't allow us to read. They didn't want us to read in captivity. They find us with the book, they'll beat us. We could only listen to what they tell us. Nothing is new under the sun. Right now, they don't have to beat you because they have already, what's the term I'm looking for? Manipulated you.
Destroyed your mind.
Right? They seared your conscience with lies. When the truth comes out, you rather believe a lie as opposed to the truth.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.